Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your chef from guruscooking.in with Phulka, Chapati, or Roti. Anyway, what is in a name? By the way, my name is Gurjeet Singh. Please make a note of the ingredients. We'll begin by grabbing a skillet. To this skillet, I'll be adding 500 grams of wheat flour. For seasoning, we'll be adding 1 teaspoon of salt and then incorporate this using a whisk. We'll add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil followed by water. The amount of water that I have added to this wheat flour in order to make it into a dough is 400 milliliters of water. But I did not add all the water at once. I only added it little by little. So please use it to your own convenience. 400 milliliters is my approximation that I used. You may use more or less. Now a couple of things that you need to remember is, point number 1, to make the best phulkas or chapatis, the best thing that you can do is knead the dough to the best possible capabilities of yours. So the first tip is add water little by little, not all at once. The second tip is, if you have observed carefully, when I'm kneading this, I've not pressed it very hard in between my fist, and I'm using my gentle fingers and hands to do it. Because in the initial phase, when you press it too hard, it'll become like big lumps and your dough will not be smooth from everywhere. It will not be consistent. So in the beginning, do not press it too hard. Be gentle and just make sure that most of the dry wheat flour that is available in your skillet is used by you. And that is your first and foremost principle. In case your dough becomes pretty smooth like this, then you'll cover it with a damp cloth by smearing a little water on the cloth and then covering it, leaving it for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, gluten will be released and your dough will become more elastic. So on a clean surface, add some wheat flour and drop your dough. You can see how elastic this is. So now we will knead it again for at least 2 to 3 minutes, or if better, for 5 minutes. Now, when you release the gluten within the dough, it becomes pretty more elastic and it becomes a fantastic dough to create chapatis. Now the secret to making the dough, tip number 3 is, the more you knead the dough, the more softer your phulkas will come. And a phulka is called a phulka because phulka means to bloat up. Phool jana jise kehte hain. So when your chapatis bloat up, only then they will be considered to be good chapatis. Alright, so knead it pretty well with comfortable hands. And now if you want, you can even press it as hard as you want. It will only become better. So this is how it looks. It is stiff and firm, but at the same time, it is soft. So I'll grab a handful which is the size of a plum, and in my hands I will rotate this to create a nice ball, which is something like this. Friends, it's time for us now to roll this into a flatbread. So sprinkle a little dry flour because you're not experienced. Once you become experienced, you'll use very less dry flour. But since you're beginning, use a lot of dry flour so that your chapati doesn't stick to the bottom. Now using a rolling pin, you will roll this firmly, evenly into a thick, initial, diametrized, round circle. Circles are anyway round, aren't they? If you have observed carefully, I am using my index finger, middle finger and my thumb every time to twist the phulka into an anti-clockwise direction of 45 degrees so that I roll it evenly from everywhere. Once it is done, puff off the extra wheat flour that is available, and now you're ready to put it on the pan. But before you put it on the pan, make sure the pan is nice and hot. So the pan should be hot, only then you add this, and cook this at a low flame for 50 seconds on one side, and then twist it over onto the other side by flipping it up. Now once again you will cook this at a low flame for 50 seconds. After 50 seconds you will observe small droplet sized bubbles erupting. When they do, put it directly on the flame like I am doing at a low flame, and it will blow up like heaven. Time to take it off, serve it with some side dish, and enjoy it with your family members and friends. Congratulations, you learned today how to make Phulkas with your chef Gurjeet. If you have any queries for me, please post them down in the comment section below, and I'll be pleased to help you. If you liked my video, please hit on the like button. If you have some new friends who want to learn how to make Phulkas, please share this video with them on WhatsApp and YouTube or even Facebook or other social media. If you are new and want to subscribe to my channel, please do hit on the subscribe button. Thank you. Have a nice time.